Welcome to another deep dive, into this amazing world of data science. And today, we're exploring insights from AI expert Dr. Shahriar Hossain. It might surprise some people to find out just how grounded the core principles of data science actually are, even in a field that's as cutting edge as artificial intelligence.
Absolutely. It's easy to get, swept up in all the buzzwords. But at its heart, data science is about, it's all about extracting meaningful insights from information.
Right. Okay, so, maybe we should start with the basics. We talk about data all the time. But what does it actually mean, like in the context of data science?
Well, Dr. Hussein points to the Oxford definitions, and it says that data is facts and statistics collected for reference or analysis. So it's not just, any random information. It has to be rooted in facts and stats. It has to be collected with a purpose and then ultimately geared towards analysis.
So the analysis part, that's what really fuels the power of data science.
Exactly. And what surprised me was that even with all the advancements in AI and machine learning, Dr. Hussein emphasizes that good old-fashioned tables are still the workhorse of data science.
Really? I would have thought, by now it's all complex algorithms and neural networks. Why are tables so crucial?
Well, because tables, they provide a simple universal structure that makes data easy to manage and analyze. Think of it like this. Imagine you're trying to feed like a jumble of images and text and sensor readings directly into like an AI algorithm. It would just be chaos. But by organizing that data into these neat rows and columns, we create a language that both computers and data scientists can understand.
Oh, so it's like tables are like the Rosetta Stone of data science.
Yeah, that's a great analogy. They provide this like common ground for humans and machines to work together and, unlock the potential that's hidden within data.
Okay, I'm ready for like a real world example now. Dr. Hossain uses this employee data table to show how data can like speak to us. Before we dive in though, I actually want to challenge our listeners just to pause for a moment and see what kind of observations they can make from this table themselves.
It's a fantastic exercise in data literacy because sometimes the most insightful discoveries come from, simply observing and questioning the information that's right in front of you.
Okay, so looking at the table, I immediately noticed who had the highest salaries and who the youngest and oldest employees were. It's pretty basic stuff, but still kind of intriguing.
And that's precisely where the magic of data science begins because, those basic observations can lead to deeper insights about things like company culture or, hiring practices or even employee satisfaction. So, for instance, Dr. Hussein highlights this trend where like older employees tend to have higher salaries.
Which could indicate that that particular company values experience and, rewards longevity.
Exactly. Or it could suggest potential biases in their compensation structure or promotion policies. Data often raises more questions than it answers, and that's what makes it so compelling.
Yeah, this is starting to feel like detective work. Speaking of decoding clues, Dr. Hussein breaks down the building blocks of data analysis, and he calls them objects and features.
So think of it like this. Each row in our employee table represents a unique individual, and that's an object in data science terms. And then each of those objects is described by certain characteristics called features, which are represented by the columns in the table.
So Jane, with a salary of $70,000 and an age of 35, that would be an object defined by the features of salary and age.
Precisely, yeah. And it's important to distinguish between features, which are, the data points that we use for analysis, and identifiers like names, which are mainly for organization.
Got it. So in the world of data science, it's the characteristics, not the names that hold the real insights.
Exactly. And the more features we have, the more complex and nuanced our analysis becomes, which brings us to a concept that often throws people off. It's high dimensional data.
Yeah, that one sounds a little intimidating. It sounds like something out of a science fiction movie.
It might sound complex, but it's actually a pretty simple idea. Imagine a diamond with many facets, each reflecting light differently. Each facet represents a dimension in data space. And in our employee table example, we have two features, salary and age. This means we're dealing with a two-dimensional data set.
So adding more features like years of experience or department, that would create more dimensions, just like adding more facets to a diamond.
Exactly. The more features, the more dimensions, and the richer that picture becomes. The fascinating part, though, is that we can only visualize up to three dimensions with our human eyes, but data can exist in spaces with many, many more.
Wait, hold on. How can we possibly analyze something that we can't even visualize?
That's where the power of AI and sophisticated algorithms comes in, because these tools, they can navigate those higher dimensional spaces and uncover hidden patterns and relationships that would be invisible to us.
So it's like AI is giving us this superpower to see beyond our normal perception.
Exactly. And those insights can be applied in like countless ways from, predicting customer behavior to developing personalized medicine.
Wow. This is truly mind-blowing. Who knew there was so much depth hidden within seemingly simple tables?
And we've only just scratched the surface. There's this whole universe of data science techniques and applications just waiting to be explored.
Yeah, it really is incredible to think that these fundamental concepts of data science are being used to solve real-world problems across so many different fields, from, AI-powered medical diagnoses to algorithms predicting stock market trends. It seems like data science is everywhere.
Absolutely. And, Dr. Hussain's work in AI really highlights how these seemingly abstract ideas can be translated into tangible solutions. Like, take something as simple as personalized recommendations on streaming services. That's all thanks to data science.
Wait, so those, because you watch suggestions, are actually based on data analysis?
You bet. Algorithms analyze your viewing history and your preferences and even your time of day to predict what you might enjoy. It's a fascinating example of how AI is shaping our everyday experiences.
That's mind-blowing. It seems like data science is less about, crunching numbers and more about, understanding human behavior.
Yeah, that's a great observation because while the technical aspects are crucial, it's the human element that truly drives the impact of data science, whether it's improving healthcare outcomes or optimizing business strategies or even creating art. It's all about using data to better understand the world around us.
It makes you wonder what other hidden patterns and insights are waiting to be discovered. What are some areas where you see data science having a major impact in the future?
Well, one area that's particularly exciting is the intersection of AI and healthcare. Imagine a world where algorithms can analyze medical images to detect diseases earlier and more accurately, or personalize treatment plans based on a patient's unique genetic makeup.
That sounds like something straight out of science fiction. Are we really that close to having AI doctors?
We're closer than you might think. While AI won't be replacing human doctors anytime soon, it's already playing a crucial role in augmenting their expertise and improving patient care. There are even AI-powered tools being developed to help researchers discover new drugs and therapies at an unprecedented pace.
That's incredible. It seems like data science is truly revolutionizing healthcare. But what about those of us who aren't doctors or scientists? Can anyone learn to harness the power of data science?
Absolutely. The field is becoming increasingly accessible with online courses and boot camps and even free resources. While a solid foundation in math and statistics is definitely helpful, the most important qualities are curiosity and a desire to learn.
So it's more about having the right mindset than, any specific technical skills.
Exactly. It's about embracing that childlike wonder and questioning everything. Why are things the way they are? What stories are hidden within this data? And most importantly, how can we use that knowledge to make a positive impact on the world?
This deep dive has been such an eye-opener. It feels like we've only just scratched the surface of what's possible with data science.
You're absolutely right. And the field is constantly evolving with new techniques and applications emerging all the time. It's a truly exciting time to be involved in data science.
Before we wrap up, I'm curious to know what sparked your interest in data science. What drew you to this field?
For me, it's the sheer potential to solve complex problems and make a difference. I've always been fascinated by how data can be used to uncover hidden patterns and trends. It's like being a detective piecing together clues to understand the world around us.
I love that analogy. And it seems like data science offers a unique blend of creativity and analytical thinking.
Absolutely. It's not just about crunching numbers, it's about using your imagination to ask the right questions and then leveraging your analytical skills to find the answers.
I think what struck me most about this deep dive is the realization that data science is not just about technology, it's about people. It's about understanding human behavior, solving human problems, and ultimately improving human lives.
I couldn't agree more. At its core, data science is a profoundly human endeavor. And as Dr. Hussain so eloquently demonstrates in his work on AI, it has the potential to make a truly positive impact on the world.
This has been an incredible journey into the world of data science, but I have a feeling our listeners are already thinking about data differently. Maybe even spotting potential data sets in their everyday lives.
That's the beauty of this deep dive. It's not just about learning abstract concepts, it's about sparking that sense of wonder and empowering you to see the world through a data-driven lens.
So true. Now, before we let our listeners go, I have one final question for you. What's one key takeaway you hope they'll remember from this deep dive into data science?
I think the most important thing to remember is that data is everywhere and it has a story to tell. We've talked about the technical aspects like objects and features and dimensions, but ultimately data science is about understanding those stories and using them to make informed decisions.
Yeah. It's been a pleasure joining you on this deep dive. And, to our listeners, we encourage you to keep exploring this fascinating world of data science. You might be surprised at what you discover.
I completely agree. This field is so dynamic and full of potential. It's like we're just beginning to understand the true power of data and how it can be used to, shape the future.
And speaking of the future, I'm curious to get your take on the ethical considerations surrounding data science. With AI and machine learning becoming more and more sophisticated, how do we ensure that these technologies are used responsibly and for the benefit of all?
That's a crucial question and one that data scientists and AI researchers are grappling with constantly. As these technologies advance, it's essential to have open and honest conversations about the ethical implications.
So it's not just about the technical advancements, but also about the human values that guide the development and application of AI.
Exactly. Data science is a powerful tool, but like any tool, it can be used for good or for ill. It's up to us to ensure that we're using it responsibly and ethically.
That's such an important point. We need to be mindful of potential biases in algorithms and ensure that data privacy is protected.
Absolutely. Transparency and accountability are key. We need to be able to understand how these algorithms work and ensure that they're not perpetuating existing inequalities or infringing on people's rights.
It seems like the future of data science is not just about technical innovation, but also about fostering a culture of ethical awareness and responsibility.
I couldn't agree more. We need to ensure that data science serves humanity, not the other way around.
This has been such an insightful and thought-provoking conversation about the world of data science. A huge thank you to Dr. Shahriar Hossain for sharing his expertise and inspiring us to think differently about data and AI.
It's been a pleasure joining you on this deep dive.
And to our listeners, we hope we've enjoyed this journey as much as we have. We encourage you to keep exploring, keep learning, and keep questioning the world around you. Through the lens of data science, you might just uncover something truly extraordinary. Until next time, keep those light bulb moments coming.